The morning sun was hot over the busy Kisii market in Freetown. Sellers were calling out their prices. Buyers were trying to get good deals. The air smelled like fresh fish, sweet mangoes, and roasted peanuts. Bintu was 18 years old. She wore expensive gold jewelry and a clean white lace dress. She walked through the crowded market like she was the queen. Her expensive handbag swung around as she pushed past an old trader. "Move! Can't you see I'm walking here?" Bintu shouted at a young boy carrying oranges. The boy almost fell and dropped his oranges. Sorry. Sorry? You people are always in my way." Bintu rolled her eyes and kept walking. Her high heels made clicking sounds on the dusty ground. Her best friend, Kumba, walked quickly behind her. She looked worried. "Bintu, you didn't have to shout at that small boy." "Kumba, please. These people don't respect anyone. You have to show them who is boss." Bintu looked at her painted fingernails. "My father worked hard, so I don't have to let market people push me around." Near the vegetable area, Mama Isatu was struggling. She was 67 years old with kind eyes and wrinkled skin. She was carrying 2 heavy bags of cassava. Her cloth was old but clean. She moved slowly because her bones hurt. "Let me help you, Mama," said Adama. She was 19 years old and sold vegetables in the market. "Thank you, my daughter. My body is getting old." Mama Isatu smiled warmly. As they walked between the market stalls, Mama Isatu's bag accidentally touched Bintu's dress. It left a small dirt mark. Bintu stopped walking. Her eyes became big and angry. "What is wrong with you?" Bintu's voice was very loud. "Are you blind?" Mama Isatu turned around, surprised. "Oh, my child, I'm so sorry. I didn't see." Didn't see? Bintu screamed even louder. "Look at what you did to my dress. Do you know how much this costs? More than everything you ever owned in your poor life." The market became quiet. Sellers and buyers stopped to watch. Mama Isatu's hands started shaking. "Please," I said sorry. "I can clean it." "Clean it? With your dirty hands?" Bintu stepped closer. Her face looked mean. "You old, useless woman. You walk around like you can't see. People like you should just stay home." Kumba grabbed Bintu's arm. "Bintu, stop it." She said sorry. Bintu pulled her arm away. "Don't touch me." "And you," she pointed at Mama Isatu. "You think because you're old, you can do whatever you want? I'm tired of you poor people thinking you can be rude to me." "My child, please. I really didn't mean to." Mama Isatu's voice was soft and scared. "I'm not your child," Bintu screamed. Then it happened. Before anyone could stop her, Bintu lifted her hand and hit Mama Isatu across the face. It was a hard slap. The sound was so loud everyone heard it. Mama Isatu stumbled backward. Her hand flew to her face. Her bags fell down. The cassava rolled on the ground. Everyone was silent. Nobody moved. Adama covered her mouth with her hands. "Bintu, what did you do?" An old man named Sori, sold fish nearby. He stepped forward. His face was angry. "Young woman, have you lost your mind? You slapped Mama Isatu?" Other market people came closer. They all looked shocked and angry. "She should have watched where she was going," Bintu shouted, but her voice was shaking a little now. "That woman is old enough to be your grandmother," a woman selling things yelled. Mama Isatu stood there with tears running down her face. She touched her red cheek. She looked at Bintu with very sad eyes. "May God forgive you," Mama Isatu whispered quietly. She bent down slowly to pick up her cassava. Her whole body was shaking. "Let me help you, Mama." Adama quickly bent down beside her. Bintu threw her hair back. "Let's go, Kumba. I'm not staying in this dirty place anymore." But Kumba didn't move. Her eyes had tears. "Bintu, how could you do that?" "Oh, don't you start too." Bintu turned around and walked out of the market fast. Everyone was shocked and quiet. Pasori shook his head slowly. "That girl has brought shame on herself. Remember my words. Bad things you do come back to you." Bintu came home to their big house in Hill Station. She was still angry. The house was 3 floors tall and looked nice. There were expensive cars parked outside. Her mother, Mrs. Kamara, was in the living room putting flowers in a vase. Bintu ran through the door. Mommy, you won't believe what happened today. Some old woman ruined my dress and... Bintu, your father wants to see you in his office. Right now. Her mother's voice was cold. Her face showed no feelings. What? Why? I just got home. Now, Bintu. Something in her mother's voice made Bintu feel scared. She walked slowly to her father's office. She didn't feel brave anymore. Mr. Kamara sat behind his big wooden desk. His phone was in front of him. His face looked like stone. Daddy, Sit down. His voice was quiet, which was worse than shouting. Bintu sat down. I got 3 phone calls in the last hour. 3. Everyone told me the same story, that my daughter, my only child, slapped an old woman in the market. He stopped talking for a moment. Tell me they are lying. Bintu's mouth felt dry. She ruined my dress, Daddy. She wasn't looking where... Mr. Kamara hit his hand on the desk hard. Bintu jumped in her chair. So you did it! You hit an old woman? An elder? But Daddy, there is no but. He stood up tall. Do you know who Mama Isatu is? Do you? She was my mother's best friend. She helped my mother when we had no money. And he was too angry to finish. Bintu felt real fear now. I didn't know. Of course you didn't know. You don't know anything except how to spend money and be rude to people. Mr. Kamara walked to the window. His back was to her. Your mother and I failed you. We gave you everything, and you became this person I don't know. Daddy, I'm sorry. Sorry? You're about to learn what sorry really means. He turned to look at her. I lost my biggest customer today, Mr. Johnson. He gives me 40% of my money. Do you know why? Bintu shook her head. Tears started coming to her eyes. Because his wife was in the market. She saw everything. She told him she won't do business with a man who raised such a rude child. Mr. Kamara's voice sounded sad. I spent years building that friendship. Gone. Because of you. Bintu's tears fell down her face. Daddy, no. I'll say sorry. It's too late now. He sat down in his chair. He looked tired. Go to your room. I can't look at you right now. The next morning, Bintu woke up to loud voices downstairs. She walked quietly to the stairs and listened. They can't do this. I worked for that company for 15 years. Her father's voice sounded desperate. They said the decision is final. Darling, after what happened, the video is all over social media. Everyone knows. Her mother sounded very tired. Video? What video? Bintu whispered to herself. She grabbed her phone and opened Facebook. She felt cold with fear. The top video was, Rich girl slaps old woman in market. Shocking. Someone had recorded everything with their phone. The video had 50,000 shares. The comments were mean. This girl needs to learn respect. Her parents failed her. Bad things will happen to her. I know her father. He owns Kamara Construction. Let's stop buying from him. Bintu's hands were shaking. She opened Instagram. Same video. Same mean comments. Her own account had thousands of angry messages. She heard a loud crash downstairs. Bintu ran down. Her father was standing in the living room. A vase was broken on the floor. Her mother was crying on the sofa. Daddy, what's wrong? He turned to look at her. His eyes were red. Everything is wrong. His voice was flat. I've been fired from my company. The company I built with my own hands. The board said I'm bad for business because of you. No. Bintu felt her legs go weak. And that's not all. Her mother looked up, mascara running down her face. The bank called. Mr. Thompson cancelled our loan. Without that money, we can't pay our bills. We might lose this house. Bintu fell to her knees. This can't be happening. It was just a slap. Just one slap. Just a slap? Her father's voice was ice. You slapped an elder. In our culture, that's one of the worst things you can do. and you did it in front of everyone. A knock came at the door. Mr. Kamara opened it. It was their neighbor, Mr. Bangura, with his daughter Aminata. They both looked serious. Brother Kamara, I'm sorry to come at this time. Mr. Bangura looked uncomfortable. But I have to tell you. The community meeting was last night. They've decided your family is no longer welcome at community events until this matter is resolved. What? Mrs. Kamara stood up. Aminata, who was Bintu's age, stepped forward. Bintu, I thought we were friends. But what you did, I can't be seen with you anymore. My parents won't allow it. She looked genuinely sad. I'm sorry. They left. Bintu sat on the floor, crying. I didn't know it would be like this. That's the problem, her father said quietly. You never think about anyone but yourself. Days passed. Things got worse. Bintu tried to go to her favorite restaurant. The owner, Auntie Fatmata, stopped her at the door. I'm sorry, Bintu. You can't come in. What? Why? I saw the video. My mother is old like Mama Isatu. If you can do that to her, I don't want you around my customers. Auntie Fatmata crossed her arms. Please leave. Bintu walked away, humiliated. At home, things were falling apart. The electricity was cut off because they couldn't pay the bill. The big generator they had was sold to get money. Her father sat in the dark living room every day. He didn't talk much anymore. Her mother stopped wearing makeup. She stopped going to her club meetings. She was too ashamed. One evening, Kumba came to visit. She looked worried. Bintu, I came to check on you. Are you okay? Bintu almost laughed. Do I look okay? I've lost everything, Kumba. My friends, my reputation, my family's money, everything. I know. And I'm sorry. But Bintu, have you apologized to Mama Isatu? What's the point? It won't change anything. It might not change what people think, but it might change what you feel inside. Kumba sat beside her. The Bintu I knew before all the money and pride. She was kind. She was nice. Where did that girl go? Bintu started crying. I don't know. I don't know who I am anymore. That night, Bintu couldn't sleep. She kept seeing Mama Isatu's face, the sadness in her eyes, the way she shook when she picked up her cassava. The next morning, Bintu made a decision. Bintu walked to the market early. She wore simple clothes now. No jewelry, no makeup. Her fancy dresses were sold to help pay bills. People stared at her as she walked through. Some pointed, some whispered. She found Adama at her vegetable stall. Adama, please, I need to know where Mama Isatu lives. Adama looked at her coldly. Why? So you can hurt her again? No. I want to apologize, please. Adama studied her face for a long moment. She lives in Crew Town, the small blue house near the water pump. But if you go there to cause trouble, I won't. I promise. Bintu walked for an hour to Crew Town. The neighborhood was poor. The houses were small. Children played in the dirt roads. It was so different from Hill Station. She found the blue house. It was tiny. The paint was peeling, but the small garden was neat and clean. Bintu knocked softly. The door opened. Mama Isatu stood there. Her eyes widened. You, Mama Isatu, please. I know I don't deserve your time, but please, can I talk to you? Bintu's voice cracked. Mama Isatu looked at her for a long moment. Then she stepped aside. Come in. The inside was small, but clean. There were photos on the wall. A small fan. Simple furniture. But it felt like a home. They sat down. Bintu couldn't hold it in anymore. She broke down crying. Mama, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What I did was wrong. It was cruel. It was evil. You didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. Mama Isatu sat quietly, her hands folded. I was so proud, so full of myself. I thought because my family had money, I was better than everyone, but I was wrong. So wrong. Bintu wiped her tears. My family has lost everything now. My father lost his job, we might lose our house, everyone hates us, and it's all my fault. So, you came because you're suffering? Mama Isatu's voice was gentle but firm. No, I mean, yes, we're suffering. But I came because I finally understand. What I did to you was horrible. Whether bad things happened to me or not, I should have never treated you that way. I should have never treated anyone that way. Mama Isatu's eyes softened a little. I can't take back what I did, but I want you to know that I'm truly sorry, from the bottom of my heart. And I understand if you can never forgive me. Bintu stood up to leave. Sit down, child. Bintu sat. Mama Isatu took a deep breath. When you slapped me that day, it hurt. Not just my face, my heart. I thought about all the young people I helped raise in this community. I wondered where we went wrong. You didn't go wrong, Mama. My parents and I did. Your father is a good man. I've known him since he was a small boy. His mother, my friend Sarah, she would be heartbroken to see what happened. I know. He told me you were his mother's best friend. I'm sorry I didn't know. I'm sorry I didn't ask. I'm sorry I didn't care. Mama Isatu reached out and took Bintu's hand. Child, I forgive you. Bintu looked up, shocked. What? But how? Why? Because holding anger in my heart only hurts me, and because I see that you've learned something from this pain. Have you? Yes, Mama. I've learned that pride destroys everything. I've learned that respect has nothing to do with money. I've learned that how you treat people is the most important thing. Bintu squeezed her hand. I've learned that I was a terrible person, but I want to change. Good. Then something good came from something bad. Mama Isatu smiled softly. But Bintu, forgiveness doesn't mean everything goes back to normal. You have to rebuild. You have to show people through your actions that you've changed. I will, Mama. I promise, I will. They talked for hours. Mama Isatu told her about her life, about losing her husband young, about raising 5 children alone, about staying kind even when life was hard. When Bintu left, something had changed inside her. The next weeks were hard. Bintu had to learn to live differently. She got a job at a small shop. The pay was little, but she worked hard. She was polite to customers. She helped elderly people carry their bags. At first, people were suspicious. They thought she was pretending. But she kept going. Every evening, she visited Mama Isatu. She helped her carry water. She swept her compound. She ran errands for her. Mama, let me cook for you today, Bintu offered one evening. You know how to cook? Mama Isatu looked surprised. No, but I want to learn. Mama Isatu laughed. It was the first time Bintu heard her laugh. All right, child, let me teach you. Slowly, very slowly, things began to change. One day, Adama saw Bintu helping Mama Isatu at the market. She watched for a while, then she walked over. You've been coming here every day for a month. Yes, Bintu said simply. Why? Because I have a lot to make up for. And because Mama Isatu is teaching me things I never learned, like kindness, like patience, like what really matters in life. Adama studied her face. Then she nodded slowly. Okay. Okay, what? Okay, maybe you really are changing. It wasn't friendship yet, but it was a start. At home, Bintu's father was still struggling, but he saw how his daughter had changed. One night at dinner, a simple meal of rice and beans, he spoke to her. Bintu. Yes, Daddy. I'm proud of you. Bintu looked up, tears in her eyes. Really? Yes. What you did was wrong. Very wrong. But how you've handled it since, that takes real courage. That takes real character. I learned from the best, Daddy. You always taught me right. I just wasn't listening. Mrs. Kamara reached over and squeezed Bintu's hand. 3 months after the incident, something unexpected happened. Mr. Johnson, the client who had stopped working with Mr. Kamara, showed up at their house. Mr. Johnson. Mr. Kamara opened the door, surprised. Brother Kamara, can we talk? They sat in the living room. It was bare now. Most of the expensive furniture had been sold. I came to say I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson started. You're sorry? But I'm the one. Let me finish. My wife told me what your daughter did. I was angry. Very angry. I cut off our business relationship. But then, he paused. Then I saw your daughter at the market 2 weeks ago. She was helping Mama Isatu carry things. She was being kind to everyone. She was working hard at that small shop. Mr. Kamara nodded. She's trying to change. And she has changed. My wife sees her every week now. She says it's like looking at a different person. Mr. Johnson leaned forward. We all make mistakes, Brother Kamara. What matters is what we do after. Your daughter faced her mistake head on. She didn't run. She didn't make excuses. She's doing the work to be better. That's all I can ask for. I want to restart our business relationship. But more than that, I want to help you get back on your feet. You're a good man. You raised a daughter who, even though she fell, was strong enough to get back up. Mr. Kamara's eyes filled with tears. Thank you, brother. Thank you. 6 months had passed since that terrible day in the market. The community was having a big meeting. Everyone was invited. Bintu sat next to Mama Isatu. She had asked to speak, and the elders agreed. When it was her turn, Bintu stood up. Her hands were shaking, but her voice was clear. Elders, mothers, fathers, friends. 6 months ago, I did something terrible. I hit Mama Isatu in the market. I was proud, rude, and cruel. I thought I was better than everyone because my family had money. Everyone was quiet, listening. I'm not here to make excuses. What I did was wrong. But I want to tell you what I've learned. I learned that respect isn't about money or nice clothes. It's about how you treat people. I learned that pride destroys everything good in your life. I learned that being kind is harder than being mean, but it's the only way to really live. She looked at Mama Isatu. Mama Isatu forgave me when I didn't deserve it. She taught me what it means to be a good person. She showed me that change is possible if you really want it. Bintu turned back to the crowd. I know some of you still don't trust me. I understand. I have to earn that trust back through my actions, not my words. But I promise you, I'm not the same girl who slapped an elder 6 months ago. That girl is gone. And I'll spend the rest of my life being better than her. She sat down. The room was silent for a moment. Then Pasori stood up. This young woman has shown us something important. She showed us that even when someone falls, they can get back up. She showed us that change is real. One by one, other people stood and spoke. Some shared how they'd seen Bintu helping at the market. Others talked about how she was kind to their children. Adama stood and said Bintu had become a true friend. Finally, the head elder stood. Bintu Kamara, you brought shame to yourself and your family, but you've worked hard to restore your honor. The community forgives you. Welcome back. People clapped. Some people cried. Mama Isatu hugged Bintu tight. You did it, my daughter. You really did it. A year had passed. The Kamara family had moved to a smaller house. They didn't have as much money as before, but they were happy. Mr. Kamara's business was growing again. Not as big as before, but steady. Mrs. Kamara had started teaching young girls about respect and kindness. She used her daughter's story to help others learn. And Bintu? She was in university now, studying social work. She wanted to help young people avoid the mistakes she made. Every weekend, she still visited Mama Isatu. This Saturday, they sat in Mama Isatu's little garden, drinking ginger tea. Mama, I have something to tell you, Bintu said. What is it, my dear? I'm starting a program at my university. It's called Respect and Pride. We're going to teach students about treating people with dignity, about how pride can destroy you, about how real strength is in kindness. Mama Isatu smiled wide. That's wonderful, Bintu. I'm so proud of you. I want to name it after you, the Mama Isatu Program for Youth Development. Tears filled the old woman's eyes. Me? But You're not just anything, Mama. You're the woman who saved my life. You forgave me when you didn't have to. You taught me everything that matters. You deserve this honor. They hugged for a long time. Later that evening, Bintu walked home through the market. People waved at her now. They smiled. Children ran up to hug her. She thought about that terrible day 1 year ago. The slap that changed everything. She thought about how she had lost everything. Her pride, her money, her friends, her reputation. But she had gained something much more valuable. She had gained wisdom. She had gained humility. She had gained real relationships based on respect, not fear. She had gained herself. As the sun set over Freetown, Bintu smiled. She was different now. Better, kinder, stronger. She had learned the hard way that how you treat people is who you are. That respect is earned, not demanded. That forgiveness is possible, but you have to do the work to deserve it. Most importantly, she learned that it's never too late to change. It's never too late to become a better person. The market was closing for the day. Vendors were packing up. Bintu stopped at Adama's stall. "Need help carrying anything?" she asked. Adama grinned. "Yes, please. Thank you, my sister." My sister. Not my enemy. Not that proud girl. My sister. Bintu picked up the heavy baskets and they walked together, talking and laughing. In the distance, Mama Isatu watched from her spot near the water pump. She saw Bintu helping Adama. She saw how the young girl had truly transformed. She whispered a prayer of thanks. Because sometimes, the worst moments in our lives can lead to the best changes. Sometimes, falling down is the only way we learn to really stand up. And sometimes, a single act of forgiveness can change a life forever. Treat everyone with respect, no matter who they are or what they have. Pride and rudeness will destroy your life, but humility and kindness will build it. It's never too late to change and become a better person.